Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. This week as usually I don't have a specific topic about what I want to talk, but what I can say, I haven't been filming for 2 weeks because I was busy and my emotional state wasn't the best, I would say. And at first, 2 weeks ago, I had a prom and everything went amazing. I don't think that I'm gonna share like many details about that. It was just cool. We had photo shooting and I just enjoyed every part of it because it was like actually interesting. I used to want to be a model when I was a kid, and I think that it just like sparked my childhood, like my inner self when I did it, and it was actually amazing because at first we had a photo shoot with my family, then I had a photo shoot with my classmates, and then it was also like with guests, like my cousin, my friends, and whatever. So it was really good and I really enjoyed it. I haven't even received photos yet, but I think that they're gonna come like soon, but I have literally zero idea. And also, I think 1 week ago, I have written an exam. It was interesting experience because before the day, I was really anxious and nervous about it. And when I just like went there, for me, I don't know, just like it was interesting experience because it was something new. I haven't been in that school where I passed that exam. And when I just like sat near my computer where I had to write this test, and I hear a lot of people there just like breathing loudly, they're all nervous. I don't know, but something sparked my smile in that, and I was like, okay, guys, I'm not nervous. It is okay. Let's do the test. I have done not tons of okay. I haven't prepared exactly. So I just like I did practice tests, but I wasn't too obsessed with it. So I was like, okay, it's gonna go, it's gonna go, it's gonna be fine. And actually, I have passed it. It is really good. Probably not the best scores that I have like wished to receive, but I have it prepared, so it is okay. I'm just like a bit sad about English because I could get a maximum grade, but I haven't. But we all make mistakes. I made only like 2 mistakes, so it's fine. It is fine. So it is everything on that. It was like the most major stuff that I had. Also, I had like some problems. It just like more personal ones. I'm not gonna share them. But because of that problems, I was freaking nervous and anxious, and I was just like, oh my god, as usual, just like again 10 in my default states that I have ever like that I have always been in. And I was like, no, we are not gonna embark on the journey again because I just like try to fight it as much as I can. Because like this year, I think that I'm the most peaceful self I have ever been, and I do not want to disturb it by this like loop of anxieties that I always freaking have. So I was like, okay, we are gonna deal with it somehow. And for me, the problems that occurred, it was really important. And basically, I think my sanity was just like holding on that piece of, I don't know, just like something that happened, okay? Something that happened. So I was like, okay, we are just gonna relax and be our normal selves. And what I did, I just completely fucking out. I isolated myself, and I haven't been outside. I meet with my friends for 2 weeks. Yes, I think so. Because yesterday I actually went out, but it was with my sister, so it doesn't particularly count. I met about my friends, and today I'm gonna go out with my cousin. I haven't visited her actually too for the past 2 weeks, and uh, this is a little bit sad, but I also count her as my family, so it's just like slightly different. And about friends, I just like isolated and I just like stayed at home. I was a productive self because I had a really horrendous sleep schedule after prom because the whole party was held at night. And I was like, okay, I need to recharge my battery and I'm not able to function properly if I'm not gonna regulate my sleep. So I think 4 days I try to regulate my sleep, and what I did at the time, I think that I just spent time with my family. I also probably read. I think that about reading, I'm gonna tell about it a little bit later. Probably right now. I'm not sure. Okay, and but it was just like time with my family, going out just like simply in my yard at my house and reading, also listening to music. And sleeping, of course, because sleeping was really a big thing for me. And it is really big thing for me because it is basically my health and my brain and my just like functioning. So I was like, okay, I need to regulate it. And it took me 4 days. After, I wasn't ready to do anything. And like weekends came, and I was like, okay, on weekends, I always rest. At least I try to do that right now. So I did. And the next week, I was like, okay, on Monday, I'm gonna start my like usual schedule, my be like being my usual productive self. But I actually did it. I actually did it for the Monday, but on Tuesday, I didn't because that problem occurred and I was like nervous and I had to distract myself somehow. But how can I distract myself? Just simply reading. I decided that I'm gonna read myself into oblivion and it's basically gonna be all. So I did. I did. I know that probably it wasn't the healthiest way, but actually it is healthy because I'm freaking read and it made me productive even. Mm, but probably not a points are that healthy. But I don't care. I don't care. It just helped me, and I knew that it's gonna help me. So I decided that I'm gonna detach myself from that problem completely because I had fucking no power over it and I couldn't control it. And I was like, okay, let's remember that I believe in destiny, God, universe, and higher powers that is gonna help me. So I just like sat back and I just read. I read fucking whole day, and I decided that I'm gonna read Shatter Me series. Like I have read it actually. New books that were published recently, Watch Me and Release Me. I decided that I'm gonna read them. I think that I wanted to read them for quite a long time, but I read Akatar and Throne of Glass, so I was like, no, we are gonna finish that, and then we are gonna start reading, like continue reading Shatter Me. So I started to read it and I was completely obsessed. And I don't know how I wanted a book with characters that have no freaking normal mental state help me with my mental state, but somehow it did. I don't know, just like, for example, Rosabel, she was like a main character, I would say, because a lot of posts and chapters were from her face, so from her side. And actually, I think that the horrendous situations that they had, it helped me to understand that my situation is not that horrendous, that everything is fine. And basically, there it was that she couldn't think on her own, and they were ruled by like some company, and they were completely controlled and watched. They had no privacy and no personal space. And I was like, okay, I have emotions. I am a normal human being. I can do whatever I want. Nobody's watching me like that. I hope so, at least, okay? And it's just like fine. My life is fine. I'm gonna deal with the problem. It's not like, okay, it's drastic for me, but everything is gonna be good. Everything is gonna be good. I'm not gonna think about that. So I read every single day, and I think that I have read these books Two books in 4 days. Let's say I was reading really, really fast, like for me at least, because I haven't been reading for a long period of time. I mean, just like that consistently and that greedily. So I was like, okay, we are gonna read. I don't know how many pages, but actually, it turned out that I read all day, and that is basically all. And it helped me because when I fell asleep, I wasn't thinking about my problem, I was thinking about the book. And specifically, I read before bed, like for example, at evening. So I had this feeling of just like being immersed in a fantasy world. So when I fell asleep, everything was good. And I'm happy about that. It was actually a really fun time reading that. But unfortunately, I have read all stuff. And I was like, it was like, it released me. I think that it just like the last book. And it just like ended on some stuff that was like not, it was like a cliffhanger, okay? And I was like, huh, what the hell? But I searched and I found out that it's not actually the last book, and new one is gonna be published in September, if I am correct. And I wait for it. I wait for it. I just really need to read it. I don't know why I'm obsessed with that series that much, because I cannot I cannot recommend it to other people for some type of reason, because I know that it is just like some type of depressing stuff. It's not completely fantasy like I'm used to reading, like in Throne of Glass, like it is like completely fantasy world and kingdoms. It is something that is based on real world. It has like North America, it has like normal countries, and basically all stuff is normal. So I don't think that I can recommend it, but I'm really obsessed with it. I think that my favorite books it is Shatter Me like series and Throne of Glass. Yeah, I think yes. And I think that I love every single books that I have read, but I cannot even say what I love more because I do not remember the feeling and the version who read the version of me who read it. But so it's gonna be left like that. I'm really excited for next book. I really want to read it. And right now I read Powerless. Actually, I expected more from it than it is, because right now it is a bit boring, I would say, because it is similar to Throne of Glass. I mean that it has also competition, it has castle, and it was also in Throne of Glass. It was also competition, and the main character is the main male character. I think that he's in love with her from the freaking first encounter. It is good. It is good. It's like okay, but I don't know, just like a bit boring because it whole also has second and third book. Also, it has two novellas, and I don't know what's gonna be there. I just have no clue, so I'm gonna continue reading it. It's not that it is horrendous, it's just like different, and I'm not that obsessed with it as I'm with Shatter Me, okay? But like Shatter Me, it also has three super interesting characters, like Aaron Warner, of course, and James, his brother, also really cute, and Kenji. Actually, I love all of them. I love all of them. So they helped me to overcome my depression. I actually think that every single person should read books. And I have seen actually a video on TikTok, and a dude said that everybody should read books, and I completely agree with that, because it is your emotional intelligence, it is understanding, it is also your patience, because what you said, you just like simply read and you're focused on words, and your attention span that is rugged by TikTok and social media is not that bad with reading. And yes, I completely agree with it, and I would say that my patience is longer right now, and my attention span is longer right now after this reading, like 4 days of reading. And yes, I'm really proud of it, because before, of course, I could concentrate on things because I studied a lot and I had to concentrate on it. But right now, I don't know. It's just like I think that I relaxed, I recharged my battery, I really enjoyed my life. Even though I had that problem, I just like distracted myself with reading and I went out in the yard with my family. I just like I journaled a lot. I wrote a lot. Right now, also, I just like I made one thing that it's just like interested, and I write even more right now. And I think that it is important for me because I have a lot of emotions and thoughts that I need to write down, and it really helps me. It really helps me. So, like these days, I have been reading a lot and writing a lot. I haven't been speaking a lot actually, and I didn't have my English lesson unfortunately this week and previous week because of her trip or something. I did not remember, but I really need it because I want that therapy session and a person who asks every single question should and I should answer it, and it is something personal. Probably it is something that I want to share my thoughts about or whatever. I just want fucking talk about my life, and sure, I agree with that because she has no freaking choice. Yeah, I really enjoy it. I have been doing it for the past 2 years, and it really like my therapy session. So I love it. I love it. And about what I wanted to tell, it is also that when I was this a little bit depressed that week, I have seen on TikTok a video about a girl who embarked on a challenge that she is 100 days a happy person, like thinking positively, I mean, okay? And I was like, okay, let's try it. And I don't think that I made it even like one day because I tend to think negatively about the situation, like the worst case scenario. And then I'm really happy when it turns out really good. So it's just really good. But when I think about positive, like about something in positive case, it turns out freaking negative and I'm fucking devastated and disappointed. Not enjoy it. I do not enjoy it. So I was like, probably the challenge is not for me. I'm not gonna do that even though I know that thinking negatively, it's just like I think it's not like a problem in a brain. It is a problem with a brain, but it just makes your life not that good. And thinking positively, it is better. And like for example, even if you're disappointed for one day, it is better than you're disappointed for a freaking 2 weeks and that you're positive for one day. But no, it's not a mess that I actually apply to my life. It's not. So it was like that. I decided that no, we are not gonna do that. But one day I was at my grandmother's house and I was journaling as usual. I usually every single day I journal every single day, and but I had a lot of thoughts because I had a lot of anxiety and whatever. I just made up some challenge for myself that I'm gonna count days when I feel happy and just like keep a streak. Like in the TikTok, you have like is this streak pad or whatever, just like little fire, and it counts days of your friendship. I decided that I'm gonna do it to mark happy days. So I'm gonna find at least one thing that is gonna make me happy. So I'm gonna continue that streak. And I did it for 5 days, and I just said that no, I'm not gonna do that. Yes, I feel happy, but it's just like I feel half of the day happy and half of the day not that good, and I don't know what I'm gonna do. And I was just like, no, it's interesting. Probably I'm gonna apply it later in my life, but not right now. Right now, I'm just gonna leave it behind. It was not a recent ideas that came like spontaneously. So I was like, yes, we are gonna put it aside. And at conclusion, what I want to say it is that this week was a complete isolation, me just reading and going out in the yard, and Also, I would say that I really fixate on things when I start doing them. For example, I started the reading and I just like couldn't freaking think about anything except for reading. And this week I decided that okay, we are gonna start being our productive self again, because I'm gonna drive myself insane if I'm not gonna be consistent as I was before, because I think that I'm indolent and I do not want to be a lazy person. Even though I read and it's not laziness, and I write it's also not laziness, but I was like, nope, nope, no, no. We are gonna start learning again because I have a lot of stuff that I really need to learn. And I just like, okay, let's do that. And I wanted to do that actually on Thursday of the previous week, but I couldn't manage doing that because I got up and my brain was telling me, no, you are not gonna do anything. You're just gonna go and read your book. And I did it. I did it. But this week, everything is pretty good. I'm really happy that I'm getting my consistent self. I compelled my brain that nope, we are gonna study, and I know that I'm that person. I know that I'm really concentrated, consistent, and determined. So I'm gonna do that. And I made it. I'm really happy. I'm really happy. I'm so productive. I have a lot of ideas right now because I relaxed. Oh my god, finally. And because of it, I have a lot of energy flowing inside of me. And probably it is not only because I relaxed, but because I distance myself from a lot of people. And what I have noticed is that when I'm alone, just like when I do not go out, I'm more alive. I have more energy to create and to do because I put everything in my work and my hobbies and my learning. So I do not think that it is the healthiest. And like, I thought that, okay, I balanced everything except for this going out with friends. I have balanced my family, I have balanced my studying, have balanced my mental health finally. And just like, it is good, but like friends, it's just slightly on the side. And she is not in my town right now, and we do not go out right now. I have my cousin, and I'm gonna go out with her today. Yes. And I have a lot of friends that I can go out right now, but I choose not. And I do not know even how to explain it. I think that she's a really good person, but when I'm with her, I think that I shrink myself a bit. Like not a bit, okay? I don't think that right now, like in reality, in the towns that I live in, I have a person with who I cannot shrink my ideas. I mean about my learning because nobody freaking learns like I am. And it's just like a little bit hard. With her especially, it's not that I do not enjoy going out with her. It's just like more mundane topics that we just like discuss, and I'm not a fan of that. And also, I feel a bit stressed, so I decided that I don't want to do that. Probably, I feel a little bit responsible that I should go out with her, but I'm not gonna do that because I do not want to. And also, I think that when I'm isolated, I just become more strict and have even like a little bit not like cold energy, but I'm just like detached and I do not want to be bothered. And when I had that anxiety levels just like jumping above my head, I was just like, I do not want to be bothered by anybody. I don't want to go out. Just like, do not call me. Do not just like, I don't know. I don't want to go out. I want to sit in my room and just read and just like have a conversation in my brain and to try to understand the situation in general, try to understand my beliefs about it, my values about it, how it is all connected, and just like explore different topics about my brain. I don't know, just like read some articles probably. What the hell is happening with me? And so yes, I decided that I'm gonna be like that, and it is fun completely. And in addition to all of that, I watch cartoon. I did not remember the exact name. It is Star Butterfly. I'm just gonna call it like that. I think that you understand what it is, but I do not remember the exact name of it. I decided that I'm like I have started to rewatch The Owl House, but I have not finished it. I was like, okay, let's watch Star Butterfly because I do not remember anything from it because I have watched it a really long time ago. And I don't know, I just like have a really huge obsession on cartoons and I'm really in love with them. So it really helped me. Also, I have reading and I have cartoon, and it was really, really good. Yes, and I think that it is everything that I wanted to share. It just like what I have done this past 2 weeks. I wasn't able to manage to film anything because I was like, I'm gonna understand myself at first and then I'm gonna film something that I'm gonna have creative energy. And yes, yes, thank you for watching and bye.